Hello, my name is Celeste, and I'm here with the Swedish band Myrdinger. Now to get started, you guys formed in 2024 and released a full length very quickly after you guys formed. Now, what pushed you guys to work on such, I guess, like a faster pace during the earlier phase?
Okay, yes, thanks. Thanks for having us. At first, it's an honor to be here. At first, it's me, Akfernus, the guitarist and vocalist speaking. We also have Myrding here, and Hailstorm could not participate today. Sorry about that. But regarding your question, yes, we have played instruments for a long time. Me and Myrding then, and also Hailstorm has played. He played drums for
20 years.
20 years almost. Yeah, it's been in a band before as well, and another death metal band. But we played in some bands and played guitars for a long time and music and stuff. But we also played in another black metal band for. We've written some songs, and of course, we have real jobs and all the spare time stuff to do. So the writing process took some time actually. But when we were finished, we tried to play the songs together and compile some riffs, made everything to fit together with the lyrics and stuff. But then we just felt the time was slipping through our hands, of course, so we have to push it a little bit faster. So some stuff went very well, and some other we can not really regret, but we will do it a little bit better, I think, in future. So some of them are old, as we said, the riffs, some are old, recorded, and some we just processed during the writing process and recording process. So yeah,
Okay.
that's it.
That
Mhm.
that's interesting, especially because if you guys worked on this for a while and then decided to form, I guess, officially form it and then release shortly after, that's pretty impressive because usually it's you have the band and then you do like an EP or demo or something like that, and then later on do the full release. So it's really interesting to hear it a bit differently.
For me, Myrding, I don't see the purpose on taking a long time on making an album. Maybe there's bands in Sweden who take like 4 years to just release an album or demos and stuff, and it's like annoying. Like get the music out.
Yeah, I think it's definitely different because I feel like from what I've heard, like back then it was more different. I guess it just depends on from band to band what they want to do, but I totally get it. Um, Now, your themes revolve around like more mythologies, devilry, and extermination. Now, are these concepts more like symbolic, philosophical, or is it purely driven by like atmosphere and aggression?
Yeah, Akbarnus here. Interesting question, but the extermination and devilry theme is mainly written from like inner feelings, and the music, the sound, and the atmosphere fits the message very well. So we think the subject methodologies come from our interest about the evil that hides in the tales, the stories, and so on. But the concept itself, it differs around the different songs, but therefore there is a mix of the symbolic in the atmosphere and aggression that we have.
Okay.
So yeah. Mhm.
Now, Wrath's obliteration feels very more like focused and relentless. Now, did you approach this album as more of like a complete narrative, or were some of these tracks released were written more independently?
Um, Me and Fanny's had we decided to make another band. We talked very much, and then we had a complete vision of the album, and including the sound, I would say, message and the whole feeling about the album. Uh, the lyrics, I don't have so much to say about. Aquarius can say a little about that, maybe. But musically, we were very sure about what we had to do.
yeah, as we said before, we compiled different riffs, wrote it together, make it. We also did some demos just for us to listen to, and then we maybe listened for a while, and we said, we can change this, we can change this, we can add this, and so on. And as you said, yeah, the lyric theme differs between the songs, and we also make it fit very well. And also, some songs are adapted or to the different themes as well as we want to feel, because different songs have different themes, so we can, yeah, you will feel the whole purpose. And the relentless, as you said, yeah, it's because the purpose is completely straightforward, with a irresistible anger that will be conveyed.
Okay.
Yes.
Now I am curious, just because I know sometimes bands will not really backtrack, but like I guess as an album release some like demos or stuff that they kind of just had before. Would you guys ever consider doing that? Because you said that you kind of record for yourselves to listen to and then change up.
We have talked about the upcoming album. We can talk about that later, but we have talked about releasing a shitty recording of new songs, maybe that you probably can't even tell what's it about. But yeah, we have talked about that.
Okay.
But as well, these the first two demos, they are recorded in our way, as we said, with both aggression and everything that we have. We would like to convey it in our way, and then the sound was, yeah, what we what we had in our between from our loudspeakers and everything. So we want to have that kind of, as you said, from Desolated Bathory and Abigor, those, if we call it demos or just singles that were first released. Uh, we like released them because it felt good. They were aggression, melancholic, melodic, and we recorded them at first so we could fix the mix and then release it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, several tracks, I guess, share titles with earlier material, kind of like what we talked about. Now, what role do these songs play in the band's overall vision?
Yeah, as we said, we write our music very prudent. We want to picky the different riffs and make a structure, and but still have this kind of melancholic, melodic aggression, which is our whole vision about the album.
Okay. Now, how important is the balance between the chaos and structure in the studio? Because with the production this album had, it was more raw yet like clear enough to keep that violence controlled, I guess you could say.
Yeah, yeah. That's also a good question. It's very important, of course, because we want to have we had a clear vision how we wanted it to sound, and we still want to have that kind of quality, and still want to record it with aggression in the studio, but it would be noticed, of course. But we want to still have this kind of persistently and record what we call it quality in extreme metal. So yeah, we record it in our way, record it in the not in that originally recording way, I thought, because of course we start with the drums and then every guitar, and yeah, we have some thought about it. We maybe won't dig in the details, but we also made demos from the recording sometimes, so it was a process by itself.
Okay, that's
Maybe
really
maybe maybe if you can hear, there is some kind of different sounds during the album as well. So yeah, it's special. But in the end, I think the different sound fits the different songs also. So yeah, some are random and some fits well. So
Yeah, no, that's really interesting, especially because that kind of gives someone more of a chance to listen to it multiple times, or if they may have already listened to it, take a chance to listen to it again with those different sounds that you're mentioning. Um,
Mhm.
Now, since you guys are based in Sweden, there's definitely like this, I guess one of the deeper black metal legacies there. Do you guys see your band as part of that tradition, or are you, I guess, intentionally trying to distance yourselves from it?
Um, for me personally, I want to distance us from it because we like the music from the past and it's very good, but we want to keep to ourselves, and that's it. We want to be different,
Mm.
if you can say it like that.
Mm. But of course when we write our music we want to have a protein feeling about the and not that kind of monotonous songs structure that many black metal bands have today. Uh, both Swedish bands and so on. But as you said, yeah, we like the old Swedish band, of course, Bathory and so on, but also the Finnish bands. But we can have but we have some inspiration from many type of bands from different countries, such as US, of course, and England. But so I think maybe there is a scene, maybe there is a good rumor in Sweden for black metal and extreme metal. And as Myrdinger said, I don't think really we are that part of that typical Swedish black metal scene, either if we like it or not. But uh, I think here where we are from in southern Sweden, there are not that many bands, so we haven't been a part of that culture or so. So we have, of course, we have met some bands, but extreme metal bands, you have to travel a long
Mm.
long road to get. Maybe the closest from here is like Ultrasilvan from Malmö. If you heard them, Ultrasilvan. Oh, oh. Yeah. So there are some from Gothenburg as well, but
Okay.
yeah. But most of the bands today are from Gothenburg and Stockholm, the two biggest cities. Um, but we are not.
Yeah, I guess that does kind of help, I guess, having that distance. And it is interesting, especially to hear more of like, oh, we're from a different part of the area instead of being where it's more generated, where those bands are kind of like with what you mentioned. It's interesting, especially because
Mm.
with me, I've interviewed bands where they're in areas that they're not really well known or their crowd is a bit smaller. So it's definitely interesting to hear, I guess, like it being mixed where you guys are, essentially.
Yeah, exactly. And as well as many bands were born from other bands, or they knew some bands, especially in the old days, in Gothenburg and in Stockholm. Like in Stockholm, maybe of the many death metal bands were born in the 19th, early 19th. Like yeah, Dismember and Entombed and Grave and something like that. So they were born and knew each other. It's the same in Gothenburg, like at the gates and those guys. So but and still the scene, like, for if you want to play live and record, you have very close to the recording places as well, and to get some gigs and everything. So yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Now being unsigned and fully independent, what are some of the advantages and challenges you guys have faced so far in releasing or promoting your music?
Advantages, I don't really know many except for that we own our music. Maybe you can do that in other ways too. But for us, it was just a fast way to release everything, and of course, it's more difficult to get in touch with band bookers, concerts, and festivals. But we keep going, or otherwise they miss us, of course. But we are not that some per year at least. So I also think that the sound of the album is a bigger problem because we have been denied promotion from some corporations just because of that. Because the black metal scene today requires better quality, and so
Overproduced shit.
overproduced. Yeah, sounds like overproduced heavy metal pop or something, but it's still they call it black metal.
That's interesting. Well, I wouldn't personally know that because I'm not doing a band or anything, but it's interesting to hear that that is a challenge now that like you have to sound like your quality has to be better, quote unquote. And I know like historically, especially with some of the subgenres in it, like you're not really meant to sound like clean or perfect.
Exactly.
Uh, Now the title of the album suggests more of like total destruction rather than rebellion. Now, what does obliteration represent for the band on a personal or an ideological level?
Um, Personal or ideological, it's more about the band or message itself because obliteration is kind of the deepest, or sharpest word to destroy or devastate stuff. So it's both tragic but also beautiful because something can be rebuilt, hopefully, preferable in a better way. What now is defined as a better way is subject to live, of course. But correct, we're not that kind of rebellious band. That seems ancient because total destruction fits our performance the best, or the whole band description. Um,
Now, how do you translate the intensity of your recordings into a live setting if you have yet? Are live performances like a central goal for the band moving forward, or do you guys prefer to maybe do more record like studio or recorded stuff?
mm, yeah, it differs from depending on the songs, of course. Despite that, we have we have only did one gig at Fredagsmangel, it's called in Swedish, in Stockholm in December, almost a month ago. It was an okay gig. It was, but we want to make, of course, we want to make a good live performance. Some songs are very difficult to play. I don't know if we thought about it when we wrote the songs. Maybe we did not, but we have practiced a lot and tried to make that kind of evil impression, as well as we perform it correctly and with high quality in extreme metal. So we want to spread the energy, frustration, and stuff on stage throughout the songs. So compared with many black metal bands today, they're going out and start their position, freezed almost the whole gig. That is a little bit boring. I can understand it a bit, but it's a little bit boring. I want to have that kind of impression. But I think you should bang with your head, and should you should represent your band and message in a good way, and everything you want to convey the energy, at least.
Oh yeah, definitely. Now as a last question, after the release of Wrath's Obliteration, what can listeners expect next from you guys? As far as like a continuation, evolution, or maybe even like complete annihilation?
I would say they can expect complete annihilation and extremely aggression. And but there will be some songs that are very melodic and also beautiful, but very much hatred in them. That's what they can expect.
Okay,
So yeah,
perfect.
we are as you said, yeah, we are in writing process for new material. So yeah, some will
That's good.
differ. We will keep the Myrdinger scene, of course.
Yeah, that's great to hear. I'm excited to hear what you guys have to do next. Well, thank you so much. It's a pleasure talking with you guys. And I definitely wish you all the best of luck in your future endeavors.
Same to you. Same to
Same to
you.
you. Thank you.
Thank you.